All right, I just rode up to the Crestone Zen Center. It's very beautiful and immaculate up here and quiet. I met a family from south of India. They're just visiting. Chatted with them a little bit. It's always cool to meet people from the far corners of the world. Here, we have a Zen garden. Let's go check it out. Understanding of life as a Zen monastic at a center like this is that you're here in this quiet, peaceful place, but the experience of being here is one of stress, very little sleep, little food, and hectic tasks performed furiously to keep everything looking and being in a state of perfection. I think there's a lesson there. You don't get something this immaculate by just chilling out. And somehow, by giving yourself to that frantic energy, you can integrate some of the calm sereneness within you in the middle of it all. Back on the road, headed back towards town. I think there's an ashram that I'm gonna stop and check out. And I think there may be a Tibetan temple. This is the ashram temple. I don't know that much about Hinduism, but I think as far as Eastern religions go, it's mostly about devotion, whereas different Buddhist traditions are about direct experience or cultivating some sort of wisdom or knowledge. Hinduism is just about devotion. So it's simple, I think, even though they have a complex cosmology of deities. So I guess it's pretty effective if you find that you can give yourself to it, and maybe at least providing some peace of mind. If you devote hard enough, there's not much room left for anything else, I guess. This is the Earth ship, and we saw these in Taos. On the other side, the wall is built with old tires and packed dirt, and it acts as a thermal mass. And then on this side, there are these windows. And the sun during the day heats up the thermal mass, and at night it releases it. So you have temperature regulation in that way. And then I believe there are different windows and hatches you open to affect the airflow. And so that's how you manage the temperature. I think that's why it's called an Earth ship, because you're opening and closing things like you're putting up and putting down sails on a ship. I think that's the idea. I just ate inside the Earthship. I met Bill, who was cooking the food. It was really good, and it was free. Bill's a cool dude. Interestingly, I assumed he was Hindu because he was volunteering here, but he said he's not. He just likes to meet all the people who stop by. So on Saturdays and Sundays, he comes out and cooks food. Yeah, there's a lot of cool things in this little hillside. Now I'm gonna get on my bike and continue on. I'm just north of Crestone, about 2 miles outside of town. Rode up here on the side of the Sangre de Cristo Mountains to camp for the night. The Rio Grande National Forest is also over on this side of the San Luis Valley. So I'm camping at a dispersal camping area over here. It's really pretty. Hoping to get some star action tonight, but it might be a little cloudy. Last night, it was amazing. Saw the Milky Way stretch across the sky. So many stars. It was beautiful. I'm gonna cowboy camp tonight because it's not supposed to rain, and I'm hoping to get some pretty good views. So I ate at that ashram. Super good food. So I'm not that hungry. So I'm just gonna snack and see if I want to make dinner. For my snack, I've got some cranberries and some walnuts, and a tomato.
Huh?
Tomato lasted pretty good in the bag, so I'm gonna eat that and see how I feel. Maybe I'll make some noodles, I don't know. So tomorrow, I'm gonna be riding to the northwest, just to the south of where the sun is setting. There's a pass down there. I'm gonna go down that pass. It's a kind of a lower pass. The highway goes through there, towards Gunnison. And then I'm going to kick around to the north and then go through those mountains up to Salida, and I'll be hitting Marshall Pass, which should be fun and hard. Hopefully more fun than hard. Got my camp all packed up, and I'm hitting the road. I've got one more stop before leaving town. This is the Crestone End of Life Project. It is the only, or perhaps one of 2, counties in the U.S. where it's legal to have an outdoor cremation pyre ceremony. I can imagine the impact on an emotional family out here in this beautiful location. That's something special. Bill, the guy who made the food that I ate for lunch yesterday at the ashram, told me that his wife was cremated here. I think there's something to be said about having an alternative to the monetized, industrialized, sterilized funeral industry that we have in this country. There's something real and raw about this, something final and permanent, and something beautiful. All right, let's continue onward, across the valley to the mountains. All right, I'm making some easy miles down here in the valley. I'm almost halfway across right now. And the San Luis Valley narrows a bit at the northern end here, so it's not quite as far. And I'm just enjoying cruising along, because I know I got a climb coming. Got about 46 more miles for the day. So, should be pretty easy and doable. We'll see what this climb is like.